Yo, how's everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing good. I literally slammed a pre-workout just so I could stream and not be too tired. Um, but I'm here. All right, all right, all right. Good afternoon. Good night, I guess, for people in Europe. um, good guys. Good, good, good. I'm here and I'm ready to talk and have just discussions today. Um, first things first. What do you guys think is the best deck right now? Fire, Snake Eye, Fire King, Snake Eyes, Fire King. Okay, a lot of Fire King, Snake Eyes. Branded, tier, tier. Fire King, Snake Eyes. Think branded. Sword Soul. The streets are saying Weather Painter tier 0. Sword Soul. So I think I can agree that Fire is the best deck. So I think Fire is honestly the best deck still. Like the engine didn't get hit at all. And so like I think that I think without a doubt that we see that a lot of people. Wait 1 second. I have to do something. Some secret monsters in a link are gone. When you say fire, you mean pure? Either or. I think both are really good still. Have you seen Ashen support yet? Um, Ashen support. No, I haven't. I bet it's not good though. Because Snake I used the spotter. I believe some people are doing it. I think the pure version ain't anymore. It comes like one talent and killed 3 cards in the process. Yeah. You can definitely still do some synchro combos. Um. So I think I'm trying to think right now in my head. What are like the top 5 decks of the format? Since the new ban list got hit, right? Um, and win Rally with Infernable, Summon Trident Dragon. But I also, guys, want to have a discussion about what I think the format will kind of look like. Um, because I actually think right now it's gonna be kind of similar to YCS Indianapolis, and you guys all know what happened at YCS Indy. We don't talk about that, okay? We don't talk about YCS Indy. Um, but I think the format is gonna shape up to be something very similar to YCS Indy, where we have Because if we look at the ban list, let's take a quick look at the ban list again. I don't even think I shared it. Let me see. It's on something page. Yu-Gi-Oh. Are you a judge on DB? I am not. Only tier 0. Um, is fire tier 0 after the new list? That's something I have to think about. Is it? Do you guys think nothing can compete with the fire decks? I'm not sure, to be honest. So this is kind of like the I think this is what we have. So like if we look at this list, right, we can quickly scroll through it to remind people. Karibo, Baron Band, Savage Band, Limit Band. We have like Protoss back, Colossus back, and that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about. I think that with the new list, I think that even though I don't think Colossus and Protoss are tier 1 strategies to be the build around, I still think people will try to incorporate them in their deck because it's freshly off the list. And so, like, the way I look at it is that because of Konami putting floodgate monsters back into the metagame, people will just want to make and cook up lists with it, and they'll just run it and play it at the YCS. And I think it's a couple things that I wanted to talk about, which is that I think we're going to head into like one of those formats where we're going to have like people play like these Protoss-based strategies, these Colossus-based strategies, and it can be quite frustrating to play against because I don't think anyone likes getting floodgated. Right? So, so that's kind of like my thoughts, right? I think that like the question does then becomes, how do you prepare for fire decks while making your deck good enough to beat the floodgate based strategies like the Protosses, like the Colossuses, and all that good stuff, right? And I think we're gonna have to be at a point where we have to make concessions in deck building. Um, and you're just gonna have to like kind of like take L's to like kind of like these type of strategies, or you build your deck to beat Rogue, which making your fire matchups like way worse. Uh, but it gives you like a chance to beat more Rogue. I think that's kind of like where I'm at with like the format. It's like I want a deck that's good to beat fire mirrors or like the fire matchups, but I also want a deck that's good enough to beat all the Rogue decks. Is it just play fire with a bunch of hand traps and just hope it's good enough to stop people? Maybe that's the goo. Maybe the goo is that there is no goo. I think that's also something to consider, right? So it's just like kind of like stuff that I think about as like we head into a YCS. Um, Yo, what's good, Jesse? Welcome back. I'll see you at Raleigh. So yeah, so I think that's kind of like my thoughts. No, I think Snake Eyes, uh, is definitely the best deck, at the moment. I mean, it just was the best deck before, and none of those cards really got hit, right? So I don't see a reason to stop playing it, unless you think it's not good anymore. I don't even like what I'm kind of curious about too is like what kind of end boards will people go for now with Fire King? since Karibo got banned because you can't do the Heat Soul stuff, right? Um, yeah. We also have Pearly um, at 2, which is also another type of deck that requires specific cards to beat. So as you can see, there's a lot of decks that will requires like specific cards to beat. And so I think it's gonna be very interesting. It's funny because I think back to like formats where like there's like a lot of these type of decks and what to do. And I realized that like I had the most success when I just said I just full sent it. Like I remember that after Weiss's Indianapolis, where I was really frustrated by the multitude of decks, people just playing cards for like like the format before and stuff like that. Where I realized I'm like, you know what? Like screw it. I'm just gonna play a deck that when I go first, I'm gonna just win. Right? I'm gonna just play an Infernoble deck. Um, and I just said like run it, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I hate the idea of when I go first, I don't know if I'm gonna win or not. I feel like going first in Yu-Gi-Oh is so strong at the moment, where like I feel like if I go first, I should win. But then but like at the moment, you don't know what's gonna happen. I think there's a lot of like just factors. So going second Yu-Gi-Oh seems busted too. Um, I think going second right now in the format is hard when like these floodgate monsters exist. But I'm kind of down to try, to be honest. Like I'm kind of down to try. Uh but I think what I want to do today is I want to figure out how to play the fire decks at the moment. Um I want to figure out what I want to do. And then I also want to see like um I want to build like the top 5 decks of the format. I think. And try to like take a look there. Because I think that like when if you think about like how do you prepare for a YCS? Because I get to ask that question a lot, right? It's like I would say like the best way to do it is um have an idea of what you expect the YCS will be. So like, but I think that no, I think this list is really suspect because I'm not sure if people will try to incorporate pros and clauses in their deck building. Like would you guys like I'm not sure to be honest. Maybe some people will do corridor stuff, right? Like I don't I think it's like too ignorant to assume so I think I wanna so I get it, but that's breaks not so consistent. Yeah, but people it doesn't matter because I think people always play the fun deck. Like people will always play like what deck they think is fun with like gimmicky win cons. I mean, I guess you can't even call it gimmicky because it does win if it resolves. Like I'm afraid to play fire going second and not have an out to like Colossus. Like is that just me or no? Do I just like do I just like play Chalice and droplets Do I just play board breakers? Like, what do I do? So that's the thing to figure out. So I guess let's start at building the fire decks. No, you can search Protoss, I'm pretty sure now. Let me go on DB real quick. I'm just gonna delete all these decks. I have so much stuff. I want to just clean it up. Yeah, I think Banshee for flag can search Protoss, right? So it's not even like that crazy. Piercing guy is link only. There should be some rank ones. I don't think you need a rank one. I think Lightsworn could be a good rogue. I'm talking about mainly like Weiss's Raleigh, I guess. But yeah, after I mean Raleigh's a one Weiss's format. After Raleigh, we can talk about like the best decks and stuff like that. I'm just deleting all this because I just want to clean my deck my decks up. It's like it's so rough. Because it's like not even organized. I just want to organize anyways. Don't delete DDDs. I can build this whenever. I like starting fresh. I think it's better to like just take a new look, just like take a step back and just build a deck over, you know? I feel like that's kind of fun for me. Like I like just taking that step back and just like say run it. Let's just build a deck. So that's what I'm gonna do. So to start fresh, I'm deleting all these decks. I'm saying sometimes using a new perspective. Oh my god. Why is this Italy lab? Bro, speed deleting. Yo, Sage Minky, thank you so much for the tier 1. So let's do that. What do you think about Brand coming out with the new Illusion Apprentice? Not sure. I haven't looked at the new cards yet. I'm just looking at the current format. I think I'll start looking at new format and start making content around that once YSS Raleigh finishes. Also, wait, is Rescue Ace like playable now, guys, randomly? I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Small Thunder package. I don't like adding bricks to my deck for like small payoffs. So I don't know. Don't like it. Okay, let's do it. Ugh. Done. Okay, so let's look at fire cards. So Snake Eyes. So obviously it's like this, right? Like one, I think. Two, one, one. The question is, do you play this in Fire King? You probably do, right? But like, okay, I think we play Temple. I'm a fan of Temple. So why would I not play this? Wait, so okay, and then like okay, which okay, dude, people. I think you have to play through which. I'm not trying to break. Okay, so we do. Okay, so this is like the main engine, right? Obviously, you add bonfire. 1 for 1. And then now we pretty much have the core of the engine. So people play second Flambers, but if we're playing fire, we only need one. I mean, fire can we only need one. Well, what's up, guys? Yeah. So no birch. I don't think you need birch. So and then let's add. Okay, let's add Fire King. Cause this deck was performing even before. Um, this. I think that's right. Some people play the third Kieran. Okay, so I think this is good. Okay, so I'm just gonna do okay. So that's how okay, this is where I would start. And then the rest is just all non-engine. I think you definitely play like what? I think you have the option between breakers and hand traps, right? So let's see. So I guess like in order to determine what's better, what's I guess what do we think the meta will be like? Droll, Nib, Talent, Imperm, Nib, Joe, Imperm plus Breaker. What I'm trying to figure out is like what decks. Tenpai is not legal. So Fire King, purely voiceless, branded Thunder combo decks. Branded voiceless voice, shifter, mirror. Runic bullshits. I mean, you could run the easy stuff. Just play 50 hand traps, call it a day. I don't think that'll be too bad. So, let's see. So, we used DD Crow and OZ for a while before Legacy came out. Nib, Ash, Veiler, Emperor, Mourner. Okay. Let's think. Okay, so first off, we have to decide, do we want to go hand traps or breakers? So, let me see. So, this is what I would do. This is literally how I would prep for an event, right? So, decks I expect. We have Firekin Snake Eyes. I think Pure Snake Eyes. 3, like, Voices Voice is, like, a really popular deck. I feel like at regionals, people love Voices Voice. Right? Like, people love that deck. Right? Like, Runic Stun is, like, surprisingly really popular too, no? What other decks are there? Branded? Okay. Tenpai, those decks are not legal. Oh, Purely. Kashtira. Flu. What other decks are there, guys? I think maybe some Sword Soul. 10 Ace. 11, like, I'll say like Pure Snake Eye and Cash Snake Eye. Steel Elements, maybe. Like Colossus Turbo, Vanadium, what's W? Oh, Voices Voice. Sorry, guys. No one's really playing Lab, right? No, this is not in order of ranking. After the third, I'm not ranking these. Sorry. These are just decks in general. Thunder Dragon branded? Who's a lot? Wait, Colin is what? I'm just writing all the decks down and then we'll categorize them in order of like what's good. Lab? Oh, nah. iPad, what's the goo? Jim, I have the goo, bro. We can talk after. Orcus? You guys think people play Orcus? I can see people playing Orcus, actually. You guys are right. I think some people actually just not ironically play Orcus, right? You have 2 Arma, and then now you have, like, 3 Heart. Lightsource on. This is Raleigh, not post LED. This is YCS prep. I'm basically walking you guys. So the premise of, I guess today's stream is to walk you guys how to prep for a YCS. How to prep for a YCS. Okay, so like, okay, guys. Okay, let me explain what's happening. Okay. I think a lot of people have a lot of issues prepping for YCSs. Like, I feel like their prep is not good. Because they say they're like prepping, but I don't actually like I don't know what they're doing, but it's not working, I think. And I'm gonna kind of show you guys like what's like how to go about it and like lay it down step by step to make it easier for you, okay? Because I think I kind of figured out like what like I can well I'll tell you I guess I can tell you guys my approach on how I would do it. So I think first things first, I want to figure out like what the decks are in the metagame. Okay, so I want to figure out like what's being played. Like what will people play? What can people play? All that good stuff. Because if I can figure out what decks to expect at the YCS, then I can try to like build my deck to beat those decks, right? And then I'll make concessions somewhere, but it all starts at figuring out what decks people play, right? So first, like for instance, like this right here, like we have, let's say like YCS Raleigh, right? I think this is a pretty accurate representation of like all the viable decks that you'll play in Swiss, right? Is this pretty accurate? I'm not trying to include too much rogue decks because at some point I'll just make a rogue category. But afterwards, what I want to do now is like assign percentages to these, right? So assuming this YCS is, let's say like 11 rounds, right? I want to assume how many of these decks I will play in Swiss. Because by doing so, you can then decide like the best cards you should play to beat the best decks, because those are not the best decks, but the decks that are going to be the most represented, which is typically the best deck. It's not always the case, but it's typically the best decks. Because if you do, then like, because you can afford, like, I think people forget that you can lose twice at a YCS usually, and still top, right? So I think like what stops a lot of people is that they try to build their deck to beat too many things. And when you try to build your deck to beat too many things, you end up losing to everything. I think you just have to like make concessions somewhere. So yeah. So let's assume in 3 rounds, how many Fire King Snake Eyes and Pure Snake Eyes do you think will play? I want to say like 5 between both of these. So maybe like 3 and 2. What do you guys think? I think that's reasonable, no? Like about 50% of 11 rounds, I expect to play a lot of fire decks, right? Maybe 5 to 6. That's conservative, right? So like in 11 rounds, I expect to play 3 out of 11 rounds, and there'll be 2 out of 11, right? Or vice versa. So somewhere like in this range. Okay. What about Voiceless? I think Voiceless is a deck that's like, I actually think it's like Fire King and Snake Eyes at 3 out of 11. I think like maybe people will play less Pure Snake Eyes and more Fire King Snake Eyes, but let's just say combined, it's like 5. Okay. Like 5 to 6. Okay. Like it'll all make sense very soon. Like I'm literally giving you guys free coaching right now. This is literally what I do in coaching. Free coaching right now. Okay. And now, okay, now it's like, okay, let's see. Let's go down the list. Like Voice. If we take a look, right? So now, like, let's start to like substantiate some of the things we're talking about, right? And like, so we're not just like making things up. If we look at like just analytics of what decks have been played at regionals, I think Voice is like pretty high up there, right? I think like if I go to, I think Super Polito has a spreadsheet that I can probably reference somewhere. Probably this. If we look at like just in general, look at Voice. Really popular deck. Okay. Voice, like people love this deck. Okay. Voice right here. Look at that. So I think just looking at it objectively, I think Voice is going to be the 3rd most represented deck at the YCS. It's like a really, let me send the link to everyone in the chat. It's a really solid, like, mid-range deck. Like, it's just a solid, like, it's just, a lot of people just like it. It's very simple. It's not too hard, like, because you have to keep in mind, for some people, it's genuinely better to play a deck that's simple, because you have to know yourself too. There's a lot of people who don't have as much time to play test, and as a result, like for those people, it's better to play a deck like Voices that has less room for error. And that should be a factor in your choice, your deck building choice too, like, or like deck choice as well, right? Like if if I play the best deck, am I realistically gonna do as well with it? Because like I just feel like I'm not gonna play it as optimal, right? So like being able to play a deck that's easier, that's less technical play dependent, is important, because you didn't have as much time to practice, and maybe you work a full-time job, or maybe you like have other things as well, right? That makes it so that you can't play test as much as other people, but you still want to play competitive and still play a good deck, right? Then you would definitely play a deck like Voiceless Voice, and that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. So I expect Voiceless Voice to be 2 to 3 at a YCS, and I think that's pretty reasonable. Like I said, it's not a bad thing at all. I just think that looking at it objectively, like that's why like I think about it, I'm like, and that's how like I try to like pick the best known engine to play, because I'm doing this analysis like every time I go to a YCS. And I think that will help you when you prep for YCS in general. I'm just using YCS Raleigh as a case study, right? So here I would expect this to be 2 to 3, okay? So at the moment, we have 7 to 9 fire/voice, okay? Just ignore the background for now. We'll go into that after, because the next step is kind of like figuring out what the standard list will look like. Because if you can figure out what the standard list looks like, that will make it easier for you to like kind of like read people's non-engine. So it's important to understand like what is the average list? Like what is the average guy playing? What will the average deck list look like? Because if you can figure that out, you can like better understand, okay, these are hand traps in the metagame that I'm gonna have to play around. These are cards that I'm expected to get hit with, right? So as a result, you can better adapt your non-engine as well, right? So if my opponent is main decking talents, maybe I should be summoning my IP earlier after I use a monster effect to play around the talents. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really, really important. Are you playing the YCS usually quite the week before? I am playing the YCS, but I guess I just wanted to do this because I feel like it'll be really informative and really relevant. And I really want to focus and start doing some more content surrounding, like, based on helping people. Because I think that's like what I enjoy the most, right? Like helping people get better at the game, as well as overcoming that hurdle. Because I think right now, I think a lot of people like they have like this one thing that makes it so that they can't like do well at a YCS or something. And I think like one of the main factors is definitely preparation, right? So I think what I'm trying to do with this is to kind of like make it more streamlined in terms of how you should prep for YCS. And you can apply this same logic to regionals as well and do this sort of analysis. And it's very like and I think this will like make it so that it's easier for you to perform, because like and by the way, it might not always be the case that you play these exact matchups as you expect. Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right? It's all about making the meta call the right choice. So it's okay to be wrong, but as you attend more events, as you attend more of these tournaments, and you do more of this analysis, you'll get better and better at it, to the point where you're able to predict these like these YCS experience a lot better. Um, this is not post LED. This is YCS Raleigh. It's in the title right there. Um, like yeah. So I just wrote down a general list of everything. Maybe I missed a couple of lists, but if I missed it or aren't actively thinking about it, it's probably because it's not a popular deck or like enough to care about. It's probably in the rogue category. You can probably combine rogue into one category and just like it literally doesn't matter what they are. Like you literally I think too many people are focusing on the wrong things. Like that's an example of focusing on the wrong thing. Like naming like decks like Centurion or whatever doesn't actually matter because it's if you can't even like name that deck or like write it on the list, if you just make a general list when thinking about it, it's probably just Omega Rogue. Like you just like you'll play 1 or 2 rogue decks and you'll basically throw a dart at whatever, like you'll have a dart you'll have like a spinning board of like 20 rogue decks. You throw a dart there and it could land on anything. And I think Centurion is an example of that. Plants is an example of that. Rogue doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just representation is not there. So stop focusing too much on that, to be quite honest, because it's like it's not gonna help you. Like, you'll play 2 rogue out of like 11 rounds at best. If you can beat all the meta decks, if you can beat all those other decks, you'll go 9-2 at a YCS and you'll have a topping record. Right? Like that's why like it's I'm saying like that's not really the main focus of the conversation or the point here. So like okay, so like what's the next most popular deck? I want to say like Kashtira. I actually think it's gonna be Pearly, but maybe that's just me. But I think it's gonna be like Kashtira, Pearly, Fluandereeze. Kashtira, Fluandereeze are the shifter decks that will be the next most popular. I think Stun, Pearly, Branded as well. I think those are probably going to be the next step, I think, right? The next couple of lists. That's great, bro. Thank you for the 13 months. So if I have to say, I would say that I think it's going to be like 4 is going to be like the next big decks are going to be something like this. Okay. Let's say like, let's kind of group them. Okay. Kashtira and Flu. I want to group them into one category because honestly, like they're quite similar. Okay. It's a shifter based strategy. Okay. Like shifter decks, I think like 1 to 2. Can we agree? Like 1 to 2. Because, like, realistically, like, I think at the regional level, you see them a lot. And the guy who's playing Flu usually plays Kashtira. And the guy who plays Kashtira usually plays Flu. Like, they're literally the same people. Like, you can't tell the difference between a Kashtira player and a Flu player. No cap. Like, because when they shifted you, they look the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally look... Bro, like... It's just... You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically... You're sick either way. So like, I think that's kind of like how I kind of put it. Like, let's just group them for the sake of grouping them, okay? Because I think it makes sense. Is there really a difference between preparing for locals and preparing for a regional? I think there's a difference between preparing for locals, regionals, YCSs, hell, even Nats, even Worlds, right? For this event, I would say you're more likely to see them as both decks are less technical, but I do agree with what you said about 1 to 2 seems close. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I made the point earlier about how, like, I think historically people will gravitate towards decks that are a little bit easier, but still decent enough to do okay with. And it makes sense. Like, people can dedicate a lot of time to sometimes play the best decks, because sometimes the best decks are usually more demanding, like in terms of technical abilities, right? And that's okay. That makes sense. That's why like Voice is a great example of that. Like it's a deck that has like 2 actions per turn. It's pretty easy. relative to play, and people just they just play. They enjoy it. Like it's just a deck that it's not too crazy. Summon low, summon Skill Guardian, have a trap, have a couple hand traps. You're vibing. Omni Negate, it's lit. You know, like it's one of those type of strategies. So that's why I'm like, if I think like Wise's Rally realistically, like the people who played Fire decks this past format will still continue to play Fire. And if we look at like historical YCS data, you'll see that the majority of people enter with Fire decks, right? So that's why I'm like, I feel like you can maybe say 4 to 6 if you want to be conservative. I'm just gonna combine them. Like hold on, let me just delete this. Like it depends. Like if you're winning earlier in your rounds, maybe you end up playing more Fire decks or something. But between 4 to 6, like the same, like because the people who play Fire before will now play it again. Like I don't think that changes. But the people who didn't play Fire before aren't just gonna be like, man, let's all play Fire. Let me play Fire King now. Like they're not like that's not realistically what happens, right? Right? Because people who played Voices will play Voices. The people who say Flu, the people who play Clash will still play Clash. So like the ratio, if you just look at historical YCS data, it will probably be the same, I think. And I think logically that makes sense. Okay, so it's like 6 to 9. Okay, so 6 to 9 ish, right? So, I think Cashier Flu is 1 to 2. I think the next decks is gonna be like Runic Stun. I have to just put it here because, and I'll put it at 1. Not even 1 to 2, just 1. I think you're bound to play this deck at some point. And 1 always sneaks in a top cut. A couple Runic Stun players, 1 or 2, has been sneaking in to top cut. Okay, it literally just made the finals of a YCS not too long ago. And people who don't want to play Fire, they don't want to play Voiceless, it's a little troll to spare. So I gotta put it at 1 because like it's one of those decks you'll encounter once for sure. In Swiss, you'll encounter it at least once. If you make top cut, you'll probably encounter it as well somewhere. So have outs, unless you're okay taking the loss to this deck, right? Like I said, it's all about making concessions somewhere. You can't prepare for everything, as you see. There's like I have 14 decks listed here, and I could probably list 5 more decks. Like I'm not even done listing decks yet, which is crazy, by the way. Because I think the next step is like what like Pearly is like the other deck that got a huge boost that I can see 1 to 2. It's actually like it's another strategy that I think we can definitely expect more players to be on, right? Realistically. The Leicester 2 is a huge boost. Don't get it twisted. It's a huge boost. I think I would be capping if I didn't say that Pearly got way better. Like 2 Delicious is actually a big deal. So I could definitely see it being 1 to 2. Right? Right, so let me delete this. And then you have like, I think Branded is like the other deck. So let me delete these 2. So I think Branded is like the other deck, right? I would say 1 to 2 as well. Maybe, yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe 0 to 1, 1 to 2, somewhere between there. I'll just put like 1. It's like safe, I think. Because Brandy didn't get touched at all. It didn't get touched on the list. And it's still a really strong deck. Are you one of the ones that tops with Pearly? I see you. Hey man, all I'm saying is I've been trying to win with Pearly for a while now. Maybe this weekend's the weekend. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. I've been trying. It is so hard to win with that deck. Like, it's just so hard, bro. Like, you just get Herald of the Abyss one time, and you want to just, like, go into the bathroom, put your head under the sink, and turn the water on. like in game. I mean, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know what cats did to people, but I literally feel as if like people just actually play so many cards for that deck for literally no reason. Brandon's max 1 deck actually needs high level game to pilot. I kind of agree with that. Like I WCQ PTSD. It was YCS Indie PTSD, bro. Just please don't play Snake Eyes. I'll be honest, guys. I just play the best deck, or what I think, or what I perceive to be the best deck. I guess I just play the best deck. I play typically the best deck, and if I don't play the best deck, I try to play the best deck choice. Historically, that's what I've always done at YCS's. So I'll leave that up to you. Can't you play Snake Eyes with Herald as a negate? Yeah, you can. There are people who are making Herald and Snake Eyes. Some people are doing Omega Dispotter lines. There's like a bunch of like setups that people are trying to do now. So do you think it's still gonna be a tier 0 format after the ban list? We have to see. I'm kind of curious as well to see if Fire is still gonna be the biggest representation in Top Cut. I want to say yes. Like I want to say yes, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's either Despotter rip 2 cards or Herald negate. Yeah. Like, if Fire's 50% of Top Cut again, call that whatever you want, but that's basically tier 0 in my eyes. Like, 50% of Top Cut is not, it's not an easy task, by the way. So, okay, let's start counting. Let's see if we're on track. 4 to 6. Let's assume low end. So 4, 2, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think the last category is 8 is this Rogue. Okay? You're going to play 1 to 2 Rogue decks. Okay? I feel sorry for you because the Rogue decks are scary, guys. They can be anything from Sword Soul, Ace, T-Elements, Colossus Turbo, Combo, Pile, Omega Lol, Manadium, Orcus, Bestial Runic, Centurion, like, I don't even know, like, Sprite, Striker Copers, Rika, like, you know what I'm saying? Salamangreat, Salamans, like, what is it? What else is there? Exo Sister, U-Bells, Prank Kids, Vanquish Soul, Unchained, Raid Raptor, with 3 towers, GG, Lab, Heroes, Prank Kid Runic. Right? Like Dragon Link, Rip Savage, Coper. You guys see what I'm doing? Like, you see my point? Team Samurai X1, Tier 0, Blue Eyes, best deck. 31 Farfa. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is what's gonna happen pretty soon. So I think, like, you know what I'm saying? I think this is realistically like the rogue category. Like, yeah, sure. Like, Triff, Penbest deck. So, like, there's a big chunk of them. Good luck. Okay? This is why, by the way, this right here is the hardest part about deck building. And I think you just, yeah, imagine. Kieran, Triff 2.0. Like, this is basically, this right here is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Not, do you guys understand why deck building is kind of hard now? And this is why I feel like you have to ignore these. Like, literally, because what are you going to do? You're going to put cards in your deck for Raid Raptor? Like, you're going to put cards for the Team Cyber X1 Blue Eyes deck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can definitely get punished for ignoring Rogue, but I don't think you can be mad at yourself for ignoring that. Yo, thank you for the tier 1. Gotta pay for this free coaching. Yo, guys. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? This is free coaching right now. I'm literally showing you guys the YCS preparation goo. This is how you prep for YCS. I actually do this with my students back when I used to coach too, where I would go through with them this process, because you can't build a deck without knowing what you're building for, you know? So like this is the first step, okay? You got to do this, okay? Know what to expect. Know your enemy, know yourself. I said that. Okay? So right now, okay, we kind of came up, now I think we're in a good spot now. I think we have an idea now of what to expect, okay? So right here, right now we have these decks. So now, of course, now we're going to decide, okay, what deck we're going to play. So I think, right, let's say we just, let's say we just go with like the best deck, right? We go with like the best deck. We go with Fire King, or we go with pure Snake Eyes, okay? But let's just build the core, and then I guess we'll go on to my next point, which is like non-engine, right? So let's just build the core. So, okay, so let's say if I'm playing Snake Eyes, right? Like something like this. Let me just do like pure, I guess. I don't know. It's just easier because I know how to build this deck the best, I guess. Right? Right? Like Jet Synchron, I guess, and people still play this, right? Let's say I build something like this, okay? Some people don't play this at all. Sure, it doesn't matter. Like, this is the core, okay? Now you gotta decide, like, okay, how do I beat the fire? Like, can we just agree that fire deck's gonna be the most represented? So now you have to make your deck. How do you beat the fire decks? Well, okay, what did we do before? Oh, we played hand traps, right? There's hand trap mirrors. So, I mean, we can all agree that hand traps are good into these decks, right? So, what type of cards? Veiler and Imperm. So, Veiler and Imperm are good into these decks. So, does that have coverage into anything else? Because that would be nice, right? Because ideally, if you play it on engine, you want it to beat the most represented deck, but you also want it to have coverage across other matchups. It's fine against Voiceless, right? It's not like a turn ender, but maybe against Diviner is pretty solid. And, you know, maybe against low, if it could be pretty good, because if you can Imperm Veiler low, it makes it so that they don't count as the full tribute while they're on the field, right? Against Kashtira, not the best, but against Fluandereeze, decent, right? If they don't open Shifter, like, hey, if they don't open Shifter or the quick plays, it's still good. Like, I'm not going to not side Veiler just because they have Shifter or quick plays in the deck. I'm still going to keep it in. Like, there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't always open those cards. So, and you still need anything to, like, stop them. You know, Runic Stun, right? Not going to be that good against, you know, like, whatever. Veiler isn't not going to be that good. You have Purely, Veiler Imperm. They have the fuel spell, so it's hit or miss. Branded, I think Veiler Imperm is hit or miss, right? Maybe you can sneak an Imperm on a Luber in draw phase if they start opening. Still hit or miss. So it's like average, right? So if you really want to like go deep, what you would do is you would make something like an Excel sheet. Let me show you an example I have. Right? You would make something like an Excel sheet. Let me see if I can go. Because then if you want to go like way deeper, this is what I would do. Because, and I did this for YCS Richmond prep. Look. You see this? So I actually did this before. So it's like, I'm not just like telling you, I'm not just saying this to kind of like bullshit you guys. Like, I actually did this. So, this is kind of like the next step in the process where you kind of like write the decks right here that you expect. And I think like maybe in like another video or like maybe at another time I would do it, but it takes a while. Like, it's not, you have to like really kind of like, but let me just do it as an example, I guess. Cause actually, you know what? I'll do it for you guys. Maybe this will be, maybe I'll upload this on YouTube and have this be one long ass video. But let's just say this, like Fire King, Snake Eye, Pierce Snake Eye, Voice's Voice, Cash Flu, what is it? Like Runic Stun, Purely, Branded, and then it's like Rogue, right? So like, delete this, and then now you kind of want to figure out like what's good, right? Okay, so link, it's link for what? This is like an old table I made. So let's change that back to white. Okay. And yeah, so okay, this is where we're at. Okay, so now we're here. And cause realistically, like I think that if you want, like, I know this seems like you're probably thinking to yourself like, bro, this seems so unnecessary. But it's like, bro, like, you have to keep in mind marginal edges that you have. If you can side deck more efficiently, quicker because of stuff like this, if you can like increase your win rate by like 1-2%, it actually goes a long way over the course of a pretty long tournament. Like, it actually, like, these small increments of advantages that you can gather is really, really important because at the end of the day, this is a card game. Variance will always be a thing, but you want to always give yourself the best odds to perform, okay? So yes, it seems like a lot of work, seems like hella pointless, but it's like, I think if you can give yourself a marginal advantage, why wouldn't you, right? So yeah. So let's go back to that same discussion I was talking about like Veiler. Right, so let's say if I like go here and I like, let's say I play like Veiler / Impermanence, right? Like, how good is it into these matchups, right? Let me change these, reset this, right? I would say that like it's pretty strong against Fire King and Piercing Guy. Like sure they can have Kirin, but it's like as if they have Crossout. Sure. Like, am I not gonna side Imperm Veiler or play Imperm Veiler into those matchups because they potentially could draw like Kirin? No, like, you still play because it has the ability to potentially end their entire turn. Because the longer you let Fire decks play, the more advantage they accumulate, right? So you kind of want to, like, I think we pretty much decided, like, if you look at like the past couple of YCs, that like choking those decks early is really important. Like, the first thing you see, just hand trap it. That's like not the rule of thumb, but that's typically what I feel like works the best. Like, literally the first thing you see, bro, if they normal summon Special Wish, Veiler. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, the more you let them play, the more sus it becomes. Like, because if they start Witch and you don't Veiler it, and they go original summon Snake Eye Ash, right? And they go Snake Eye Ash effect, now they can chain Kirin. You just gave your opponent an out to a hand trap they never should have had an out to, right? Just think about that. Especially if you don't know if they're playing the Fire King version or not, right? So like, these are the type of things that, you know, you want to think about. Obviously, it's like a lot easier now because it's pretty standard, but you know, but these are the things you think about to determine like best non-engine to play, right? So let's like, so Veiler Imperm, okay? Like against Voices Voice, it's like, I would say it's average. It could be potentially very good, right? But it's average, I would say. It's not like amazing. But if they like, let's say they bricked, let's say they go pre-prep, they tribute a Nib out their hand to summon Skull Guardian and you Veiler it. Hey, you have the potential. It's average. It's like, remember, it's average. Like, it has, like, maybe it's good, but it's not always good because they have, if they open like anything else, like, you could get potentially cooked. But I would say it's average. Like, it's still decent. You still gotta put it in, right? And like, if we go into like cash, it's like very like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is ass, right? Can we agree with that? Like, maybe I say mid if they're playing like the combo. If they play the combo where they try to like make Heat Soul or whatever, I would say it's mid. Maybe it's not ass, but it's like very mid. Because when you hand trap them, they still got the bodies. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta head to a meeting, but this is important. We're gonna watch the video, of course, but I'm gonna upload this on YouTube too. So I think it'll be a good idea to just upload on YouTube for the people who can watch on Twitch. But yeah, so like against Flu, I want to say it's like good. Okay, I want to say it's insane. I want to say it's insane because I don't know. Maybe you do this, but I want to say it's green because realistically, it is really good. It's just like they have to draw like they have to like draw like the quick plays. But I would 100%, if I had Veiler anywhere in my main or side, I would always put it in against like Flu. You always put it in. It's like really, really strong. So I would say you always put this in. Let me do this after. Oh yeah, this is like nice because this part is like how you decide. Like basically, what I did this when I made this sheet, I basically like, you know, if I call this like YCS Raleigh Prep, right? And then you update all of this, you can basically take this, okay? And post this here. Or maybe update this. Hold on. Do this. Meta, okay. Take this, go here, put this here. Okay, so that's what you would expect, okay. Runic Stun, I would say Imperm is good. Maybe I should separate them because it's a little bit different between Imperm and Veiler. But like I think Imperm is really good against this. I think Veiler's not as good. Like I don't see a reason why they would ever do it in the thing. I think Imperm is insane. I think Veiler's average against Pearly. I think these are always both gonna be good. I think Flu is always gonna be good. I think Veiler's like more average against Flu, but you still put it in. I think these are always gonna be like this. And against Voices Voice, I think Imperm is like I think you still put it. It's like the same. It's like average, potentially good. Right? So I think this is what I would, you know, that's what I would put it. Against Branded, Veiler is like, I wouldn't say mid. It's not completely ass, but it's definitely mid, right? They can draw face, summon something. You get completely fried. They have Brandon lost up. You can't even Veiler it. I think Imperm is like average, potentially very good, or maybe still mid. I would say like one of this. Now, Imperm Veiler, I think it's always going to be potentially very good against Rogue. It depends on what Rogue you play, but I would say for the most part, it's always going to be average. That's why hand traps are good, because they're like against Rogue decks, typically, it's like pretty solid. Um, aren't they the same before side? What do you mean? But yeah, this is just like hand traps to consider mainly. So like non-engine to consider, right? This is like, because like basically if you do this, you can basically kind of like decide, because like basically, okay, so whenever I do like tier lists of like hand traps and stuff like that, like S tier, A tier, whatever, um, they're kind of like general. But if you want to take it a step further from a prep perspective, you do something like this, and it'll help you like really figure out exactly what's like the best non-engine to play. Obviously, it also depends on your deck. I think certain decks can like break the rules a little bit. Like for example, like if you're playing a runic deck, this might not apply, right? Like I'm not saying this is like the end all be all of like deck building prep, and like this is not the end all be all of everything, but if you're playing a deck that has a lot of and so like this is like typically like decks that have a lot of non-engine. This is like a fire deck basically. Decks that have a lot of non-engine. Fire decks, Pure Snake Eyes, Voices Voice, Kashtira, Flu. Those type of decks have like a lot of non-engine, right? And then you have to decide within the context of your deck what's better. So like you could really take it a step further. But I think this is like kind of like just generic things to consider, right? Right. So yeah. I'll do it for like a couple more so you guys get the point. But does this make sense to people? I think this makes sense. So like yeah, like I mean like this is, you're gonna see very soon why Ash Blossom is broken, by the way. Look how broken Ash Blossom is. Like it's always gonna be average. But like it's literally like so like average, Voices Voice, it's like average, Cash, it's like average, but like Flu is like broken. Like Runic Stun is broken. It's like Pearly, it's like average, broken, and then against Rogue it's all like it's just like yellows and greens. Like it's a pretty good like Ash is just so crazy. Ash is just like crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a crazy ass card. Like at best it's average, which is OP in my opinion, right? Like like Ash Blossom is so crazy. Yeah. And like we can keep going down the line. Like, you know, like what's next? Like Nibiru, right? I think like Nibiru is like, I think this is a card that's like mid. Voices Voice, like it's like mid. It could be good depending if they play into it, but I would say it's bad. It's like borderline unplayable, by the way. Against Kashtira, it's like pretty good. Potentially average, potentially very good because they play into it, especially if they do the Draco Sack stuff. Fluana Reese, it's bash this shit's ass. Runic Stun, ass. Pearly, ass. What is this? Branded, ass. Rogue, I want to say it depends on what rogue it is, but I want to say mid. Actually, I want to say average. It has the potential to be very good against rogue. Nib has the potential to be absolutely insane. Nib has the ability to be absolutely insane against rogue. Against Flu, if they do like the double M-Pen combo, whatever, maybe. But I don't think like it's real. Like I would definitely put Nib as like average at best against most rogue decks. We can agree. But I think, okay, so I mean the next step, guys, by the way, is you have to do combination analysis of like if you draw Nib with like Valor, it becomes green. So like this is not a good representation of Nib being bad. It's more of the fact that Nib is very bad by itself. So like you have to then determine, is Nib like but this is why, by the way, Nib is never the first 3 hand traps. It's always going to be like the 10, 11, 12 or like the 13, 14, 15th hand trap for the most part. But against Fire King and Pure Snake Eye, like, it's good. But obviously, it's never a card you play alone. So, I think it is a lot. I think that, like, Nib, to be honest, you can bump it a tier up for, like, in general. Because, like, of the stuff that got hit, right? Baron and Savage being banned does, I think, make Nib a little bit better. Or, like, just in general, like, and the decks that people might play now might make Nib overall a little bit better. So, it's not a fair representation, per se, of how good Nib is. So, definitely keep that in mind. I mean, but you have to also, like, this is, like, part of the critical thinking where you know, you kind of, like, think a little bit more about, like, hey, like, how good is this card into this matchup? Now, how good is it as, like, a card overall for the metagame, right? Because you might want specific cantrips, you might want specific cards for, like, matchups you expect, but you also do want cards that are generically decent against everything. So I think that's also, like, another big consideration. Joe and Lockbird. I think against, like, Fire King Snake Eye, it's pretty strong. We can agree on that. I think against, like, Pure Snake Eye, it's, like, average. I don't think it's, like, the worst. Against Voiceless Voice, it's average. It can definitely make them pass. Against Cash is very mid. Against Fluandereeze, I think it's green. Even if they have Shifter. Does not matter. Doesn't make... Draw is not bad because your opponent can draw Shifter. Like, that doesn't make sense because you're just assuming your opponent always have the out to it every time. At that point, you would never play any card ever, right? Because your opponent could just play 3 of card that outs it. Runic Stun, I would say it's very mid. Like, some people keep it in because you can maybe stop them going a lot of plus. The reason why I don't say it's great against Voiceless Voice is because they have too many ways that, like, inherently just plays around it. Like, Low isn't a crazy ass card. The fact that it just places a card it places the spell face up or the trap face up from your deck is really crazy. I think against Purely, I think it's average. I think against Branded, depending on the version, I would say it's, like, mid. Because at the end of the day, if they go Branded Fusion, they still puppet lock you through draw. It doesn't matter. Like, a normal summon a Luber, get Branded Fusion, you're puppet locked. Joel, no problem. I think it's good when you go first into Pearly. Yeah, sure. And against Rogue, okay, my take on Droll against Rogue is that it's actually broken. What do you guys think? I typically put Droll as a broken card against Rogue, because typically against Rogue, Droll just goes crazy, because all the Rogue decks do a lot of crazy against, like, I'm actually going to make it green, no cap. Like, Rogue decks just search infinite cards. Like, every Rogue deck is just, like, some pile of, like, just cancer. But, yeah, there's, like, certain Rogue decks that don't, so you can maybe you can do green. I mean, yellow. Some decks don't care. I would say it's average at best. At worst, it's average, sorry. At worst, it's average. At best, it's green. Right? So, I think it's, like, solid. And plans to resolve Jasmine like 4 times. Yeah, maybe you guys want to do something for like breakers, maybe. Okay, this. Like, I could do everything, but we'll be here for the next 2 hours. Okay, I just want to do this so that you guys get some information and maybe consider doing it on your own time. But like what are, like, tactics, droplets, guys? What are other breakers? Dark Ruler. What are some? Name some powerful cards. Evenly. Name some more powerful board breakers, chat. It's all on you. It's all on you guys. Sphere mode, dark hole. Oh, Storm's good. No. I want to like main deckable breakers. How about that? Main deckable breakers. Eclipse. Ooh, Eclipse is a good one. Good shit. Okay. Ooh, okay. Engage is weird to call a breaker, but sure. Storm. Cosmic. Cosmic might be main deckable. But like, let's just keep this like it is. Friend drop tactics, draw blitz, dark ruler, evenly, eclipse, cosmic. I don't know. We'll just keep it generic. Oh, super poly, I guess. If you really want to, let's keep super poly. Brand fusion. Econ, change of heart. Poly. Guardian Chimera alert. Dark ruler, mortal, super poly. I mean, I have super poly here. I'll do 6 for you guys because I'm feeling nice. Raigeki. Like chat, we're in go format. We're in go format. You guys have a gold side event. You guys want to attend? You want to put Raigeki here for jokes? I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Maybe Raigeki's the goo in the side events. I'm trolling, guys. Econ. You guys can decide. Too many. There's too much. There's already a free coaching session. Okay, like you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's do it. Talents. Now, the thing with so here's the biggest tip to decide how good are breakers. Like how do you decide if they're good or not? And so here's my biggest tip. First off, you have to decide what kind of end boards are people making? Right? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Oh my god, I made it yellow. Oopsies. Okay? You have to answer this. This is really important. Because if their end board, you know what I'm saying, is like Apollo, then hey, maybe Talents is decent into it. So it all depends on like what type of... You have to figure out what end boards people are making to determine how good a non-engine is. So let's... Okay, like... Give me what are Fire King ending on right now? Fire King Snake Eyes. You open Ash. Which? What do you end on? Like, what are people ending on? And does anyone in the chat know? I have some idea. I think it's like... It depends. Like, I don't know. I've seen everything. That's why, like, I'm not really sure, to be quite honest, at this point. But I think Appaloosa is realistic, right? Can we agree? Appaloosa, Zelantis, or Amblewell, Princess Engrave, Garunix Engrave, right? Sometimes it's either... It's like Flam plus Arvada or Flam plus IP. It depends. Some people scale Arvada. Most of the people scale Arvada, I would say, okay? Does that make sense? So... You should do this because doing this is really good. Like, if you can do this, you will know right away if you even want to play breakers. Dude, bro, do you guys really want to play breakers in this board? Like, tell me right now. Do you want to play breakers in this shit? Maybe. Maybe it's beatable. Yes. Okay, sure. 100%. Okay. Damn, a lot of you guys are confident. Okay. Damn. You guys confident, eh? A little breaker format, eh? So yeah, so like... I'm breaking with a patchwork on Jod. Activate MSC response. I'm still in the hand trap camp. Josh said it is beatable. I'm just trying to resolve Shaddoll Fusion. Breakers cover other decks too low key. I prefer to prevent it. Okay, we have some preventers in the chat. I don't think single breaker does much to this board. Can that board beat evenly? Talent ammo depends on how heavy hand trap heavy the format is. Right now, it just feels as good as Ash and Pervailer. Breakers are bad for fucking thing as you can play around easy. Yo, I just want Baron back. Confidence in the side event. Okay, so I would say it's average. I don't think you'll win by itself, but I think it does give you a chance. Like, I don't think it's like insane, but it's pretty solid. Like, I think Appaloosa into like talents into Appaloosa, look at your opponent's hand, stuff like that. It's definitely pretty solid. Yeah, you definitely need multiple breakers, but let's just assume like in general. I feel like it's still a pretty solid card. I think Talents 1 second will always be live, no? Okay, what is Pure Sling guys doing, guys? What are they trying to end on? We can do this exercise a couple more times. Lurge? Yo, what's good? Against Pier's even better. So like Apollo, so it's like what? Appaloosa, Flam, IP, sometimes Princess Engrave, depending if they open which, right? Yeah, what does Ash plus Witch end on anymore? It could be a bunch of things. Ash versus Calamity's Log. GG's. I like to think it's mid, in my opinion. Like, I would say it's kind of mid. If they play Goddess, maybe they could dodge it. Yeah. But even then, I don't know if it's that necessary, though. Like, as Voice's voice, it always trades, I guess. So, like, I would say it's, like, average. I guess Voice's voice, it always trades. Against Kashira, it's probably, like, insane. Against Flu is kind of, like, it's, like, average. Runic Stun, it's, like, unplayable. Against Purely, I would say it's average, to be honest. Bro, like, you can randomly talents take, and it's so broken. Like, every Purely player uses their Noir. Like, they're not going to just sit on it and not do anything. Right? Like, I think it's still average, potentially very good. Maybe it's more mid, but I always find it actually pretty good, to be honest. I actually like talents going standing on a Purely, to be honest. Against Branded, I mean, you're probably getting locked or something. Or like I don't like what do you even do? I don't think it's good at all. And against Rogue, I feel like it's usually insane. I would say it's average because there's like a bunch of Rogue decks out there, but if you can like name like certain Rogue decks, it's probably good. I think depending on what Rogue they play. So yeah, I think this is kind of like what I'm thinking. Brand should be orange, otherwise ratings, yeah. Yeah, I think it's always gonna be average as potentially very good. I mean, it's one of those cards you need to definitely combine. I'm trying to think about it, like even because like standalone, how good it can potentially be, right? Yeah, no, for sure. I think going first, we can always agree that Towns is just like always gonna be good going first if people play hand trap. So I don't think that's the concern. I think like that's like easy to figure out. I think you kind of want to figure out more of the stuff that's like where you kind of like have to sit down and think about it a little bit more. No, right? So I think we know that. So for sure. But yeah, so I can do the rest of these, but I'm gonna leave this up to you guys to kind of figure out. But yeah, I think that's like the next step that I would do in terms of like preparation. I think this is like a good way to kind of like just get your feet wet and kind of like critically think about, okay, this is the orange that I want to play. This is how and afterwards. I think like deck choice and like cards and stuff like that is a whole nother conversation that's like I think way more complicated that I probably need another like hour for, but I think overall I think that's where I'm at. So kind of hope you guys enjoyed that discussion there. And maybe it helps you when you're prepping yourself as well. Um yeah. There's that. Let's see. All right. So, what hand traps do you make in Sword Soul? I think Ash, Veiler, Impermanence, Nib, Droll. I think those cards are all solid. It's also solid now that they lost Baron Savage but got Code of Soul. I don't think that card is legal. I'm talking more mainly about Weiss's Raleigh. So thoughts on Terratop? I don't know like what rank threes are even doing right now. You can also make Cherubini, I guess. Maybe Cherubini is the goo. Then you have like talking Topward. Oh, yeah. I want to check right now what the guys, what the I want to check if there's any sort of announcements. Oh, I saw, yo, this card. Multi Chummy Perulia. Right? So basically, it's like what? If you control no cards, you discard these cards, apply these effects for the rest of the turn. Each time your opponent normals a special summons a monster from the hand, immediately draws one card. During the end phase, if the number of cards in your hand is more than the sum of cards your opponent controls plus 6, shuffle random cards from your hand into the deck until equal to that sum. Wait, so how do... let me understand this. So, if the number of cards in your hand is more than the sum of cards your opponent controls plus 6. So, okay, let's say I activate this. I have 4 cards in hand. My opponent normal summons Robina. Normal summons Eagle. Now I draw. I have 6 cards. And they summon M-Pen. And I have 7 cards. If I have 7 cards, The number of cards in your hand is more than some cards. So, but my opponent has an end pen on the board, and I have 7 cards in hand. Now we go to the end phase. 6 plus 1. I don't need to shuffle anything back. But if they activate a card, let's say they set a back row, they play the field spell. Now they have 3 plus 6, which is 9 cards in their hand. But I have 7 cards in hand, so I get to keep all 7, right? Because 9 is more than 7. Beautiful. Easy math. Bro, that was kind of hard, no cap. This card was kind of confusing if you read it the first time. Or maybe I'm just stupid, okay? Maybe that's actually the real case. But, okay, so... Bro, that's kind of insane. Wait, this card's kind of insane. Wait, so the question then becomes, would you main deck this? No, yes, no shot you main it. But if you okay, so I think this type of card can like warp the format in the sense that like it might force people to play decks that don't lose to this card, because it only triggers on normal and special from the hand. So like if I play Pearly, this never works, right? Like they don't draw anything if I play Pearly, right? Cause like except when I normal summon Black Cat or Yellow Cat, right? But like for the most part, if I'm playing Pearly, this card does nothing to me. So like, do you guys think this card can like warp the format, kind of like Maxx C? I think it can. But like, what if every deck in the format plays a normal summon, special summon from the hand type deck? I think you would main it. Even if it's dead going first, no? There's gonna be more Mulchummies too. The thing is, yeah, what deck normal summons a lot and specials a lot from the hand? Flu, True Draco, Vanadium. It's a nice card that can be going second more effective, but it's not turn skip like Maxx C. Yeah, I struggle to find what deck this is good in. I mean, like, what deck this is good against. What deck, besides Flu, what deck normal summons a lot? Cash summons from the hand, I guess, but they only special summon Unicorn once. After that, when did they summon from the hand? Oh, they normal summon off birth, maybe, I guess. Dangers. Versus Snake Eye, you go 2-0. Oh, true. Against Snake Eyes, you like... They summon Ash and they summon Populous. If they start Witch is another draw. Fire King also summons Garunix. Okay. Dragon Link loses against it? Wait, why? Oh, because of Boost Sector, right? And Ravine and Levy and all that stuff. And like Black and White. Like, I'm trying to think about the decks that lets me draw 3 cards off this. Does that make sense, chat? I'm trying to think about the decks that lets me draw. I want to draw 3 cards off it. If I can draw 3 cards, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy man. Yeah, so I guess my deck, my opponent would draw 7 to 8. Jeez. So yeah, so I think this is a card that, like, bro, I think it's fine. I think this is a decent. I think this is a okay hand trap. Like, it's nice to add it to the arsenal. But I feel like my take on this is that I feel like this is a completely seems balanced type card. Okay, maybe balance is a wrong word. But I think it's like cool that they're kind of like making cars like these. I don't think this is even close to Maxi. Bro, this isn't even close. Yeah, they're just trying to like reimagine Maxi, literally. But there's no way this card gets Maxi banned because it's not even close to Maxi. It's super the max format with Maxi because you can draw into it. Well, the decks that this is good against, I feel like are like Flu, and Maxi isn't really that good to Flu. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what other lines of hand traps they're gonna print with this Molchumi archetype. I think they're gonna use this archetype as a way for them to get creative with hand traps. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys noticed, they've been printing more creative hand traps. Look at Vados. That's a hand trap. Vados is literally a hand trap. It's Ghost Ogre for field spells. I think they're just trying to print out more ways to interact when you go second. Because I think even Konami knows that right now, going first is so broken. Right? So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Why is there fried chicken in this?
Oops. I just clicked on a Kai thing by accident. I clicked on a Kai short by accident. I want some fried. Yo, guys, actually, yeah, I'm craving some fried chicken right now, chat. Um, yeah. Oh, by the way, chat, I think Tenpai is actually releasing low rarity, but I don't even know if I'm allowed to show that. I mean, is that even legal? I mean, I just saw it as a leak. Someone posted it. I don't even know who. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. Yeah, don't. Okay, all right. I hypothetically I think it will be, but you know what I'm saying? Hypothetically. Okay, can't talk about leaks. Okay, good idea. I won't talk about it. GG's. Trident Dragon? Wait, guys, how expensive is Trident Dragon? But in my opinion, in a hypothetical world, if it's low rarity, potentially low rarity, chat. Potentially. Do you know the Ask a Friend bit? No, I don't. What's that? Guys, I don't think I own this card. Wait, do I own this? I don't even think I own this card. I'm gonna have to borrow one. I want to play one in Wait, guys, where's the meme about this? Ask Konami said to ask a friend for a Trident Dragon. You got an extra one? I don't. I don't think I have this. I think a lot of people play Tenpai. Damn, just ask a friend. Just get a friend, guys. Easy. But okay. Dude, that card looks, guys, that shit looks expensive. Yeah. Friend be like, guys, I need to find a friend. I don't know who to ask though. Sam probably has. Oh wait, Sam does. All right, guys, we're on a mission. Rob Team Summer X1, allegedly. Allegedly. I think Tenpai is gonna like. I think it'll actually do good. Because I think like the deck can be really dumb. Like it can just steal wins. So I don't know.
To get the most damage possible out of this strategy, you'll need a copy of Trident Dragion. So make sure to check your collection to see if you have one, and ask a friend if you don't.
Yo! Wait, this is insane.
So make sure to check your collection to see if you have one, and ask a friend if you don't. Now, to get the most damage
Dude, are you serious? I didn't. When does this come out?
possible out of this strategy, you'll need a copy of Trident Dragion. So make sure to check your collection to see if you have one, and ask a friend if you don't.
Yo, guys. Any friends in the chat? Chat. Does anyone have a Trident Dragon I can use? Please, please. Can I? Mi amigo Pearly. Poor. Can I consider you a friend? Can I borrow one from you? I got one for 30 months, $30 a month ago. Great. Patty, no friends confirmed. Sag. Play Pearly this weekend, Raleigh, or you're a coward. Guys, I still have my max ready Pearly deck. Do I dust it or nah? Do I dust it? Do I dust the dust off it? Do I do meow meow? Wait. What if... Outside league. Also, what's good, Gage? Guys. Pearly at locals. Run it with double delicious. Should I do it? Did Lily have a card that says no? Radio collection 2 to play Pearly again. Going second. Dust them off? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I might be down like a clown. Chilling like a villain. Yeah. But okay, guys, I want to hop in and do some of my dailies on Master Duel. So I'm gonna log in real quick and do some quick MD. I just wanna, you know what I'm saying? I just wanna clap some bozos up. Okay, speaking of Pearly, it's a good time to do it. I'm saying it's a good time to do it. Good time to clap some bows. Triangle event, what's that? Oh, dual triangle. Fusion, synchro, XYZ. Nice. Okay, only a couple more before we hit Master. Okay, let's just hit Master. Have a nice, safe, easy climb to Master, and then just chill. Wait, lose one and you lose a rank? Hey, yo, hold up. What? How? Wait. My hand's kind of nice. Bro's getting cooked. Chill. Oh no, the branded bows. Tell me how I won the challenge cup with Lab, and now I'm in rank. This shit feels like a side event deck. It'd be like that, bro. It really do be like that. Maxi. It resolved, chat. It resolved. Let's go. Do another imperm too. Run it. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, let's draw. Too much on me draws. True. Let's go. Sleepy memory. The cat. The fat cat. Let's get the fat cat. Yubel? Yeah, of course. I'm actually looking forward to playing Yubel. I think that deck looks really cool. Wait, they really value that? Okay. I guess let me do this, I guess. Why is there a white cat over my friend? Because you're like super likely to hit. I should have like tried to like take it first to play around this. Yo, thank you for the 100 bits. Because you're very likely to hit my friend, so I'd rather not search it because you're very likely to hit it. So I have a couple options. Could do this. Could get field. Could overlay. Take it away. I think I want a Zeus. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, no third white cat really hurts you. I can't really keep pushing. Do I need to Zeus now? I could just wait, right? Unless it's what, Super Poly maybe? Do I Zeus now? I mean, it doesn't. It's probably fine. The Brennan red. Wait, why did this guy dodge? Oh, he couldn't have. Anema's a great cartoon since guys. Oh yeah, true. Well, Anima would be nice. Maxi. Maxi with Zeus should be enough. This is 0. Much chummy draws. Yes, sir. Oh, Magnemite. Okay. Ooh, Nib. That's not bad. Okay. Let's change Zeus here. My name is Busted Masto. Is it really? Set. Okay. Banishment. Oh shoot. That's really bad for me. Oh shoot. Wait, this is a little too early, no? Okay, so if I go um pitch this. Okay. Pearly Master Class? Oh my goodness. I'm just a noob, bro. I don't know how to play this. Gotta shuffle the cats back. I hit. It's a first. As with effect, target this. I have to negate. Oh wow. They don't negate. Got the kitty? Sure. Let's get some effects. Yeah, but I could attach, but I want to get some free cards first. Let's play this. Effects. XYZ? Yeah, I think XYZ is gonna be strong. Come on. I gotta yeah, I think this is fun. I think I win this game. Oh, nice. Now I can improve him and then just take his card. Free low. Okay. Now I have delicious in my hand, so I can do some nice stuff. This. There we can go. I can do this. Take. Guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, Pearly has so many actions. You have to click so many buttons. Yeah. I mean, still gonna play pretty fast. It's just, I mean, there's no top deck for this guy. I cleared everything. GG's. I'll draw a card. I have to keep this cat because I have no traps to shuffle back my cats. Do I have another happy? I do. Nice. Bro's thinking of life. Let's add this. Set this. Fat white with OTK. I can't even make fat white here, can I? See, we play more than one turn in Yu-Gi-Oh! See? See, chat? Oh my god, evenly match? This dude's mad right now saying all these royals? You think he's actually mad? Guys, this is Edison format. You guys are right. This is completely fair and balanced. I don't know what the complaint is. Double Maxi is actually really cancer for this guy. Like, I actually genuinely feel bad for him. Like, he just got double Maxi for no reason. Like, it was just Maxi diff. Like, he literally had to stop. Can I see Deckless, please, mate? Yeah, sure. Mate, eh? Oh my god. Maxi nib. Mate, hey. Oh shoot. Maxi. Oh, we're playing the Pearly Mirror. Oh shoot. Oh my god, this guy's the GOAT. Wait, that's not bad. You can't Maxi me now. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. Okay. Oh, this guy's doing the trap thing. No, it hits the trap. Oh, this guy's the GOAT. Cat doesn't harm cat. Saturn. This guy just hit the trap for free, man. Wait, why didn't he make beauty? I guess he wants a free draw. Damn, if he made beauty, he was godly. He was gonna cook me. Oh my god, this guy's terrible. Okay. Wait, I win. I think I win, I think. Unless I don't. I think I do win, though. I think he has like Veil or something. I'm gonna bait it off this. Ash Blossom. I'm the real Noir. I'm the real big cat. I'm the fattest of all cats. Hey, got your ass. I got you. Wait, now I normal summon Black Cat and I be like bait Imperm, I think. I do this and I bait and I bait a Veiler. I bait Veiler for free. Yes! Baited. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand, bruh. I'm the real cat. Now it's GG's. It's a first. The real masturbator. Come on. Come on. Effect. 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 Oh my god. Wait. Hold up. Hold the phone. Pretty sure it's still happy. I almost got the other card. Happy swing search. I can't OTK. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. I only OTK to win. Okay, he should chain block this. Oh my god! What? Okay, he should chain block this. Huh? What's going on? Meow meow. Blocked it with scoop. Ah, makes sense. A little quick scoop chain block, eh? Little quickity quick scoopity scoop scoop. Troop doop scoop. Alright, easy 2 more. Get a light masters upgrade. go. Duelish. Maybe I could have set the thing happy memory. This guy's the GOAT. Fieldspo? Mm-hmm. Sure. I should have set these in the pendulum columns. Rookie mistake. Okay, I'm gonna have to veil that, buddy. Baylor's crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yo! Wait, if I protect this... then it just sends, right? That's kind of cancer. Okay, summon the Pearly. Effect. Oh, I still win. Okay. Well, I don't really win, but sheesh. Wait, I haven't normal summoned. I have a play that can win me the game. Attack, crash, search white, normal summon white, hit a card, win the game. Trust. Trust. Okay, guys, a hit one time wins the game on the spot. Please. Please. GG's. It's a first. He didn't think I was gonna hit. That's why. See you later, alligator. GG's. It's a first. You just skill diff, guys. A little gappity gapped, eh? That was a gamble. That was the only play I had. I lose every other play. I gotta play to my outs, you know what I'm saying? Skill. The skill is recognizing that you need to go for that play to win. Oh shoot, Pellerino. Pellerino. Was it champ diff? It's just a differential, bro. Okay. I would have scoop law. No way I would have saw that line. It's all good. Never scoop. Ooh, Royal Kit. Let's go. More like Pearly Rhino, because they be putting the slot machine in that deck. Yo, what's good, Zach? Okay, mill 2. Oh, they're playing branded cards. Oh, 60 cards. Oh my god, man. That's just a one of. How many tops with Pearl you have? 2? 2 tops. 2 YCS top. No, 1 Nast top, 1 YCS top. Oh, shoot, tragedy. Jesus. Where's the music? I'm the music. There's no music, bro. Gotta lock in, know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. 1 top 8 playoffs, too? Oh. Don't remind me. Don't remind me! Brandon Laws back? Sure. Sure. You've gotta be joking. Like, you've gotta be joking, bro. What is this guy's hand? This is so stupid. Wait, this guy didn't protect his loss. Wait, I can nib on res. What? Oh, he gets Merc anyways, man. Oh, he milled Cartasia too, and Ariel. No, 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 no. I'm just gonna nib, get the Merc out the way, I guess. That was so crazy. This guy switched lost player on him for no reason. Maybe I can still win, to be honest. No way, this guy plays another target. Why does he play another target? Like, why am I losing to this? Brandon Bashment, great. This is awful. El Clasico. El Clasico. The El Clasico, too strong. Thank you for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Yay! I'm sick, man. I'm sick. Oh my god, my white cat missing. Why? I become so numb. I don't know. Become so numb. I become so numb. What am I supposed to do, man? It's impossible. I'm dead, guys. I actually don't think I can win. No way, this guy plays Pro Skinny on. Wait, maybe I can win. Wait. Oh, there's Mirror Jade left. Frick, man. The issue is I can't. Sag. Sag cry. Sag cry. That, guys, I'm not gonna cap. That was making me end the stream. That was so sickening. I'm actually sick. I am sickened to my stomach. Like, my stomach's sick. I refuse to play anymore. In solidarity against Maxi. Good night, guys. Have a good rest of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation today. I will see you tomorrow, maybe.